What's up YouTube? So today I will continue with my series Investing in Greatness. Today's player is an amazing one. I'm talking about Romário, one of the most lethal strikers ever. But before we go into the video, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like on this one, thank you so much for that. It's still the best way to show support. Also check two links I leave on the description, also in the comments. One is my Discord server, more than 1,000 members, and the second one is my Patreon community. I put exclusive content there every week and is the best way to support my work. That said, let's go into this one and I hope you have fun. So guys, let's continue with this, investing in greatness for Romário and what a player Romário was. But before I start talking about him, actually I want to ask you for one thing, and it's not a like, even though I already asked for the like. Basically, is I love to do the investing in greatness series. I've been doing this one for more than 2 years, and I'm lacking ideas right now. So if you want to suggest a player to be part of this series, feel free to do it. Leave a comment on this video. I take a look at all the comments and look, there is a scenario that I actually make a video for the player you end up suggesting. If I don't make it right away, maybe I even save the name and make it later. That said, let's start talking about Romário greatness. Romário was a legendary striker. Romário was a prolific striker renowned for his clinical finishing. You give a little space with him and he scores a goal. That's Romário's story. He scored over 700 goals and is one of the few players to score at least 100 goals for 3 different clubs. The exact number of goals Romário scored in his career is a matter of debate, as different sources have different criteria for counting them. Some people believe it's around 700, some people believe it's actually 1,000, specific because there is some debate around the official goals versus not official, but one thing we know for sure, this guy scored a lot of goals, and his career matches what I'm saying. I mean, one-time best FIFA player, won World Cup in 94, and that performance was quite epic. 3 times Copa America, 3 times Eredivisie, 1 Brazil League with Vasco da Gama, and I will talk about his rookies in a second, but his rookies are with Vasco da Gama. 1 time La Liga, in this case with Barcelona. Look, Romário for me had one problem, and this is not even a critique on him, but I believe he should stay with Barcelona, or at least in Europe, playing at different level than going to Brazil. But in reality, his career still ended up working quite great. You look at his numbers, you look at everything he won, and he's super impressive. And in Brazil, the trophy they really want is the World Cup. I know the other countries also won the World Cup, but trust me, in Brazil, different type of expectations. Now, rookie material for him goes from 86 to 87, and 87 tends to be the one that people talk the most, and I will explain in a second why. But let's start with the 86 releases, and we have 2. We have the Craques de Ouro and we have the Editora Americana. You are seeing both cards on the screen. I also want to give a shout out to El Rey Collection, one friend of the channel that always provides me the best photos, the best cans, and those cards are from him. So, and guess what? They are quite difficult to find. But let's focus on the Craques de Ouro. Craques de Ouro is SCC total 3 copies. The top grade is a SCC 3. The other companies, at the time I'm recording this video, but things can change, are not grading the Craques de Ouro. This is a pirate set and not licensed set, so there is some debate if this should be gradable or not. Also be careful, I know there is a couple of fakes going around, but at the time, and again, things can change, I'm recording this is just Pop 3, and SEC is the only company grading. I think it's a cool sticker. Again, is it my favorite? To be fair, no, but I think it's a cool sticker. The next one is a SEC Slab 1.5 and is the Editora Americana. This is a bit different since SEC and CSG both grade this sticker in particular. There is 2 in the CSG Pop Total, both are 1.5, SEC have just 1 and is a SEC on. So the one you are seeing on the screen is kind of the top grade, even though it's a 1.5. This one, I also like it, that there is a lot of problems in terms of focus on the card, and have the same problem as the Craques de Ouro, since this is, from what I'm aware, a not licensed product, most likely even a pirate set. Now, the one that people tend to talk the most, the one that in terms of liquidity is in a different level, is 87 Abril Copa União. This is a fairly easy sticker to find in pre-modern, even though the pop reports are still crazy low to be honest, but I don't think there is true rarity with this one, but there is condition rarity for sure. You are seeing the card on the screen, you are also seeing the album, and this is from Editora Abril. Editora Abril is actually a major company, was actually a major company, still relevant today, but got bought by Panini, so there is some history there, and those are licensed cards as far I'm aware. PSA total is 102, the top graded PSA is a PSA 9, and there is just one copy. As far I'm aware, never end up coming to the market. A PSA 8 sold for 13k in 2022, but I have to say this, right now does not sell close to that, but I will take a look of that in a second. Hey guys, quick pause on this one. First of all, hope you are enjoying the video. If that's the case, do not forget to leave a like, but let me share with you two things. The first is I have a Patreon community that is growing super fast. I put a lot of content there. If you joined right now, you pay around $10, but you have access to more than 100 exclusive videos. It's an amazing place to learn about the soccer card market, and you also support the channel. Link below the video and also in the comments. The second thing is my Discord server. We are more than 1,000 members. I'm gonna say it again, 1,000 members, and it's an amazing community, an amazing place to interact with me, to interact with other collectors, to learn and share about the soccer card market. Similar to Patreon, link will also be below the video. If $10 is a lot of money to you, don't feel pressure to join the Patreon. For me, it's not super relevant. Of course, I would love to see you there, but at least join the Discord. That's totally free and is an amazing place to learn about the soccer card market, like I said a couple of seconds ago. Now let's continue with this one, and I hope you have fun. Let's move on and let's talk about the key card, because I think it's very fair to say this is the key card for Romário, the Abril Copa União. So I was saying, in terms of rarity, not that crazy. Let's take a look at the graph of gem rate. You can see that since Abril 19, only two end up getting added to the PSA pop. I find this actually quite low, but from my experience looking at WhatsApp groups that sell Brazilian cards, I don't think this card is that difficult to find. But again, the pop is showing just two graded since April. I find that quite amazing. If you are a Romario investor and if you like this card in particular, you should be happy with that result. But in the other hand, in the last 12 months, 38 end up getting added to the PSA pop, and this one is quite a different number, but we are seeing things slowing down. To be fair, you can apply this logic to the entire pre-modern market, even to the vintage market. So let's take a look at what's going on with this card. PSA 102, like I said, the top grade PSA 9 with one copy. SCC total is 39 and the top grade is SCC 7, and there is one copy. And you may ask, Andre, why not Beckett? In this case, I believe is BVG. Well, because at the time I'm recording this video, the Beckett website was not working. So it is what it is. I tried a couple of days. I cannot find the card on the pop, so not sure what's going on with Beckett. I also think that's the Beckett story in the last 2-3 years is no one knows what they are doing. Now, let's take a look at the PSA total, and you can see there is a bunch of ones, but the most common grade is actually a 4 and a 6. You can see that the PSA 8 have 8 copies, and at one point people thought the PSA 8 will be crazy rare. That's why I believe the sale that I was talking about went for so much. So are you enjoying this one and you want to find the best deals for this player in particular? Check the link below the video. I will leave a link there where you can find the best deals on eBay, and that way you also support the channel, totally free for you. Most of the cards I'm talking here you'll find there. Let's continue with this one. But if you take a look, you can see the top sales for the PSA 8. You can even see a PSA set right there. But 13k is a lot of money. Look at that. In August, so a couple of months after that, sold for 4k another PSA 8. And this year there was a PSA 8 that sold for 3.6k, and right now I believe sales around 3k, 4k. More than that, I think is very unrealistic. And there is also this PSA 7, but this is a completely different date, so you should ignore. But the PSA 8, you can see there is a downtrend. I think is normal. Some people realize, okay, maybe this is not as crazy rare. Maybe Romario greatness for a lot of people do not rank up there. I don't know for sure what's going on in terms of the psychology of the market, but there is a huge correction. And also keep one thing in mind. At one point our market was going bananas. Everything was going bananas. Now, other key cards for Romário. And this, again, I could spend 1 hour just sharing with you Romário cards. So I will try actually to share cards that I think are relevant, cards that I think, if you are a Romário collector, they will fit very nice in your collection. So, second year cards, first Panini sticker. So all the cards you are seeing on the screen, they are second year cards, or third year. It depends if you consider the 86 cards the true rookies or not. I guess that's up to you, but they are fairly early cards. There is no doubt about that. And you have the Blush Romário figurinhas dos times Rio. I put the albums for all of them. PSA copies is 19. You have the second Copa União card sticker. So this is the continuation of, let's say, the main rookie. And PSA total is 15 copies. And you have the Football 89 that represents season 88-89. And this have 19 copies. This card at one point was going quite crazy at the top grades, but I will talk about that also in a second. Of all of those cards, the one I like the most, to be honest, is the Football 89. I think there is more history with the set. Is the first Panini sticker, and that for me is quite a powerful narrative. Now, to finish the other key cards for Romário, we have multiple Brazil releases. You have the 90 sticker, that's the first World Cup Romário played. You have the 94, and in 94 you have Panini stickers, upper deck cards. There is a bunch of them. At the end of the day, you need to do your own research on this one if you want to collect Romário, but spoiler alert, probably those will be very cheap. Anything apart from, let's say, the Football 89, maybe the second year cards, the rookies, the true rookies, but after those, everything tends to be cheap for him. You also have a Merlin card, and you also have first year card with Mundo Cromo for Romário at Barcelona, that I also think is a really cool card. Now, to finalize this, let's take a look at Romário top sales, and in this case, not the real top sales, otherwise I will just share you a bunch of PSA 8s like I did for the Copa União rookie, but different cards, because I think in this way we can have a better perspective of what's going on in his market. So let's start with this, and of course the number one you already know is the 87 Copa União, 13k, a lot of money. It is difficult to imagine this card going back to that price ever again. Maybe the PSA 9 can do even a crazier sale. Then we have the 89 Panini Football, and this one sold for 1.3k. So quite different. Then there is a huge gap between the number one and the number two. But this is a really cool card. I actually believe there is 3 PSA 10, so this is not even the top grade. I'm talking from the top of my head. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry for that, but I actually believe there is 3 PSA 10s. Imagine what they also can do in the market. Then we have the Craques de Ouro. This sold in fixed prices for 1.1k. This is an authentic card, so not even with a numerical grade. Then we have the other, let's say, true rookie, Editor Americano, figurinhas equipe, sold for 420 USD. And to finish this, we have the Merlin card that sold for 300 USD. This is the Shooting Stars. This set is actually quite famous for a lot of players. Bergkamp is one that comes to mind, and is a really nice card. I think those 5 cards you are seeing on the screen, they kind of define basically the Romário market. I would say probably some cards with Brazil specific 94 should also be on this list, but yeah, those cards are all quite amazing. Now, to finish this greatness and Romário market, and I will try to share my final thoughts. So you can see the market right now. So those are actually recent sales, May 2022, January 16. A couple of them I know this is. We already reacted to them basically, but you can see there is a huge correction. But I would say right now I find some type of stabilization, because think about this: a PSA 8 and gold win sold for 3.3k in May 2022. May 2023 sells for 3.3k in PWCC. I think this is actually quite good news. But now let's take a look at greatness. So 442, and by the way, I'm aware all of those lists are very relative. Some of them don't have a lot of credit, others have more. At the end of the day, is a matter of opinion. But 442 puts ranks Romario at 39 best player of all time. Bleacher Report ranks Romario at 32 best player of all time, and Sports Illustrated magazine ranks Romario at 21 best player of all time. Again, you may find someone that disagrees with this, that don't think Romario is a top 100 player. I find that very difficult. I even believe making a case for him to be top 50 player of all time is very, very fair. I actually believe if you just put strikers, he could be really easy in the conversation of top 10. So amazing player, a player that you can collect for not a lot of money, and yeah, he's an amazing one.